Table that particular letter. Is there any objection to it being tabled? Yes, there is. Question number 7, Eugenie Sage.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker, thank you. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and asks, what percentage of sites identified as a river in the Suitability for Swimming Indicator report released yesterday were categorised as very good or good and therefore were safe for swimming?
Honourable Amy Adams.
Mr Speaker, I don't accept the member's assertion that only rivers classified as very good or good are safe for swimming. The report takes a precautionary approach to any potential health risks, and the report shows most sites are safe for swimming most of the time, with fair and poor sites also suitable at most times people will be using them. However, to respond to the member's question, of the sites monitored and specifically identified as a river, 19% are rated as very good or good. Across all sites measured, 47% are classified as good or very good. It should be noted the specific monitoring sites are not a representative sample. They tend to be sites council manage because there is a known risk, so affected sites are likely to be overrepresented.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
When 61% of monitored sites on New Zealand rivers are unsafe for swimming and nitrate concentrations at a quarter of the river sites have increased over the 10 years from 2000 to 2010, how can the Minister conclude that, quote, water quality is generally improving, end quote, as she did yesterday?
Honourable Amy Adams.
Well, Mr Speaker, very simply because the two reports that the member is now referring to, both the Suitability for Swimming and the River Condition Report, show that in the vast majority of rivers, the sites are either stable or improving against all the nutrients we manage. And across 90% of those rivers, they are stable or improving for 4 of the 5 measures recorded. For nitrates, there is 25% where they are deteriorating, but there's also a number who are significantly improving. And I think that the relevant point, Mr Speaker, is that for the E. coli measure, 92% of our rivers are stable or improving, and for the nitrate level, 99% of our rivers are below the nitrate level at which significant ecological impact could be expected. Our water quality is very good, but we need to do better still.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
When her government's national policy statement on freshwater management gives councils until December 2030 to establish contaminant limits in waterways, and few councils have done so, does she accept that New Zealanders are watching our rivers that they want to swim in get worse rather than get better?
Honourable Amy Adams.
Well, Mr Speaker, I think the relevant point there is that this is a government that has actually introduced a national policy statement on freshwater for the first time, requiring councils to ensure that all water bodies are maintained or improved, something the Labour government, backed up by the Greens, failed to do in 9 years, something that member in her previous profession failed to do in Canterbury for many more years. This is a government that has spent 5 times what the previous government did in cleaning up waterways. This is a government that has launched a program of water reform that will be absolutely transformative in this country, and I think members on the opposition benches should be ashamed of their record in this area.
Order. Supplementary question, Eugenie Sage.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Is the Minister saying that New Zealanders just have to accept that in over 40% of the monitored river sites...
Order. I'm having trouble hearing the question. Would the member please start again?
Thank you. Is the Minister saying that New Zealanders just have to accept that in 40% of the monitored river sites where you've got E. coli, which are an indicator of animal faeces, and they are at levels that her own ministry describes as having a significant risk of causing high levels of minor illness? Is the Minister saying we just have to accept that?
Honourable Amy Adams.
Mr Speaker, no, what I'm saying is that the figures show that 92% of our rivers have stable or improving E. coli numbers, which I think is a very good thing. And yes, we do absolutely want to continue to target the remaining 8%, but I would draw the member's attention to the part of the report on page 4, which makes the point that rivers and streams in or downstream of urban areas are those that have the highest concentration of nutrients and bacteria, and the lowest macro invertebrate health. And they may wish to remember that when they continue their attack on New Zealand's biggest industries.
That's right.
Question number 8, Louise Upston.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.